here, guys. I am back. I swear it's been 10 days since I posted a video and I've been kind of stressed about it. And before, when I would go ghost, I'd be like, I don't really care. But one of my New Year's resolution, sorry, Six is outside playing with his friends. Today is the last day of winter break. And I thought he called my name. But one of my New Year's resolutions was to be more consistent, and I actually want to stick to that. So I was like, no, I'm messing it up. The first question that I'll get into, because it'll give you a little explanation of why I haven't posted in 10 days. What did I do for New Year's? I spent New Year's on vacation, and I had a really great time with my friends. And I feel like we say this every single vacation we go on, but like we had a ball. And when I mean like Brooke lost the phone, I have so many bruises just from running around and falling and bug bites that I can't even, I could probably connect the dots. Tiffany is always the worst on the trip. We made a new friend on the trip. Her name's Mara. You guys will probably see her at some point. So my New Year's was great. It was exactly what I needed. I feel like life is about to get so serious, like in this new year. And so I'm glad I had like one final crash out to where I could just go crazy. I swear I didn't even get myself together. So the fact that like my hair is done and my makeup is done is like, I'm so happy about it. I looked a hot ass mess the whole trip. I was just too drunk to do any makeup, too drunk to do any hair, but not too drunk to put on some clothes. It's a go party. So I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed your new year and everybody had a happy and safe new year. But let's get into these questions because you guys asked a lot of questions. I'm like, I thought before I did it, I'm like, I feel like I do a lot of Q&As, but then when I saw the amount of questions, I'm like, maybe I don't. What are the pros and cons of living in Dallas? I'll get the cons out of the way because I really don't have any yet. I haven't been here long enough. I would say like from when I was younger, the summers out here are like, and this is coming from somebody who lives in Miami, the summers are excruciating, but other than that, I don't think I can give anything else. But also, I used to be out here when I was a kid so long ago when like summer actually felt like summer would be like 105 degrees outside. So I don't even know if that happens anymore thanks to global warming. One of the cons is that when Texas freezes over, I have to wrap pipes and do all kind of crazy stuff. And I'm like, well, what is that? I've never heard of that. Something about like the power grid, and if we don't, I don't know. But those are my two cons. My pros is Six is outside next door. I can see him through my window playing with the neighborhood kids. There's about 8 of them that are either in my house or next door or this way. So I would say that's the biggest pro for me, is that my son now has like a sense of community. Because like I said, living in Miami, most of us are just in and out of there. It's just like a stop by city or a party city. So he only had like 2 friends there, and most of his friends would move, so we weren't even living nearby anymore. So my favorite part is the community that he now has and that he's so excited about. Like, he is just, Mom, I don't like my son going with other people. Everybody knows that about me. I don't like him going to other people's houses. I'd rather keep your kid. Like, I don't care how bad your kid is. He can come to my house because I know that I'm going to love your baby like I love my own baby. And not to say everybody won't, but I'm just very particular about who I let have my child. So like yesterday, the neighborhood kids came knocking on the door like, can Six go around the corner with us to the other neighbor's house? And I'm like, no. And then Six start crying and doing this whole thing. And I'm like, what are you trying to do, kid? Like, I physically can't take it. My heart cannot take it. I worry the entire time. And I couldn't go with him because I was just like unpacking and doing a bunch of stuff in the house. And so I wrote my number down on a piece of paper, stuffed it in his pocket, and made him take his iPad. And I was like, give this to his mom as soon as you get there. And you call me as soon as you get there. And I watched them walk to the house, and I let them stay for about 30 minutes. And I was like, okay, it's about that time. Like, come home. So I really love the community that's here, especially where I live at. It's very family oriented, nice and quiet and peaceful, and just for the kids. Another thing I like is, I think I've already said this, the nightlife out here. Like, everybody's black, the music is black, the men are black, the women are black. Like, I finally feel like I'm in place again. Because sometimes in Miami, you you just go and you're gonna either be in a club with Spanish music or in the same club every weekend because it's the only club that has Black music. So the next question is, would you do Baddies again? And hopefully this is the last time I'm asked this question because it's 2025 and don't leave me in that Baddies world and bad BGC in 2025, please. No, I wouldn't do Baddies again. And a friend of mine watches it, and now that I've actually sat and watched it and not just watched the previews, and I realized they actually are just going to the club and just meeting in the living room to fight. Absolutely not. I mean, that was kind of the same problem I was having on Baddies Atlanta. It was like, yeah, we got a moon bounce and we played basketball, which I had fun doing. That's no shade. So just please don't even start. But I don't see any reason for me to just be brawling for nothing. Like, I come from a place, I'm from the DMV. Like, when we don't like each other, we fight, and for reasons that we feel like are valid. I don't want to fight a girl, obviously, because Sarah felt like I thought I was a princess or better than everybody. That's so stupid. Like, I don't know what they're fighting for. I guess now it's for the chains. I'm definitely not fighting for no chains. I've had chains, really nice ones that I didn't have to fight for, you know? I mean, I guess I fought in other ways, but like, no, absolutely not. I don't see the point of it. Maybe if it had a storyline and some structure, or like, you know, there was just real reasons for, I don't believe in just fighting for no reason. I fight for my respect, and that's all I feel like I've ever fought for. I've never just picked on anybody because I felt like I wanted to, or I wanted something that they had, or I felt like they thought they were better than me. You disrespect me and we going all the way there. And also I'm like slightly vain. And I know y'all think I am humble. Vain is like, I'm humble. You can be humble and be vain. I obviously told y'all, like, I'm covered in bruises and I don't care. But my face, if any of those bruises were on my face, like, I have a scar here from a pimple I just had and a scar here from a pimple I just had. And I've been turmeric masking for the past 2 days, praying to God that it goes away. If I get a scratch or a black eye or anything, I'm going to sit in the mirror and cry because I'm that vain. Like, I'm just going to be like, no, and don't even look at me. Nobody better not even look at me till it's gone. And that's not to say, like, I feel like I'm going to lose or I'm scared. That's just like, there's casualties in war, right? I've had my face scratched up. My mom will always be so upset at me, like, after a fight, when I come home, scratched up face or hair pulled out. It's just a part of fighting. There's things that happen. But at this point in my life, I'm a little too vain for that stuff to be happening. I like to look in the mirror. Like today, like I said, on vacation, I was a hot mess. And today's the first day I got myself together. And I'm like, yes, I feel good again. Like, I didn't actually have hangover anxiety. I just didn't look good. So no more BGC for me. I mean, like that kind. I'm sure there'll be more spinoffs of something that's like healthy. But as of right now, where we are with reality television, the world likes chaos. They like drama. That's just what they want to see. And I don't have any place in that. So I try to avoid drama by all costs. And yeah, sometimes it still happens. I'm human, but I try everything to avoid it first. Have you watched the show? If so, as a heavy hitter, how do you feel about Big Lex and Ivory? Y'all consider me to be a heavy hitter? Just kidding. Like, I didn't know I was a heavy hitter. Ooh, I don't think I'm a heavy hitter. I think like this will make sense in what I'm about to tell you. I think my sister Brooke is a heavy hitter. I think I'm fast and I got long arms and I can move a lot quicker than most people. And so it helps me hold it down. And so now that I've seen it, these two girls might have the most entertaining fighting skills that I've seen on reality TV in general. Of all the fights we've seen, like, they're really like going toe to toe and head to head. They fight like men. And I hate watching men fight because it's like, oh God, it's so gory. But I don't think they're comparable as fighters. I think it just depends on, Big Lex has reach and she keeps her head up and she's fast. But Ivory is strong. She doesn't have as much reach, but she's strong as hell. And she throws them. She can throw them. They're just not throwing as fast as Big Lex is. And so it's almost like boxing. Like, that's why there's weight classes and all kind of stuff like that, because these are two different fighting styles. Put Big Lex with a girl that's her stature and can throw, like, and all that, and reach and all kind of stuff, it might go differently. I don't know. put Ivory with somebody her size, she might tear the whole room down. I don't know, but I don't think their fighting styles are comparable. I think that Big Lex, she does take lead in most of them because Ivory has to get closer to her to like get a hold of her because she doesn't have as much reach. And by the time she gets close to her, she's taken on so much damage from Lex that it may seem like she lost. But if she gets a hold of Lex, I don't want to see that. Like, I just really don't want to see that. I just feel like that would be a crazy moment. But yeah, I just think both of their skills are insane. And they can fight. I'll give it to them. It's entertaining to watch, but I don't think that they're comparable as fighters. I think Big Lex, before y'all come for me, like, don't even get started with me because I'm not going through this. Every time I speak on the BGC world, everybody acts as if I'm not allowed to speak on it, as if I wasn't on the original BGC or Baddies as well. And these questions aren't being asked to me because people value my opinion. And I think I have a good opinion. I don't think they're comparable. I think that it's just a weight class difference, honestly. But it's a good fight every time. And Ivory doesn't tire easily, even with taking on black eyes and all kind of stuff like that. She don't tire. And I think I saw like yesterday's episode, she got Lex on the couch, but she's always kind of backing up and jugging and moving out of it. So she's smart in that sense. They're both good. But yeah, don't come for me because I'm probably not going to respond and I'm probably not going to see you anywhere. And I'm calling my sister psychiatrist. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's not that serious. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I think Big Lex is a very pretty girl. I think what I liked about Ivory is that after the situation, she made sure she addressed who Switch the Names has, because it's like, yeah, that's not funny. Y'all got me and this girl in here trying to kill each other over a fucking joke. Like, everybody's not playing. Like, where I come from, fighting is a serious thing. We fight and we mean it. And they look like two girls that kind of like feel the same way. Like, it's not just a joke where I get a chain and that's it. Like, I'm seriously trying to hurt you. So yeah, I think they both have qualities in fighting that are really good, and their fights are entertaining. So great TV. They having a good season this time. I can do the next question because it piggybacks off the last two. Will I do TV again? I think it needs your wisdom. I love that y'all think I'm so wise. It goes in and out sometimes, but I would do TV again, like somewhere that makes sense, somewhere in a peaceful and calm environment. My personality doesn't flourish when I'm not comfortable. So some people like think I'm quiet based off of TV, and I'm not. I have a big old mouth and I'm loud and I'm always cracking jokes and I'm just all over the place. And it won't flourish in an environment like Baddies because I'm not comfortable, because I'm always going to be on guard the entire time. So yeah, maybe, I know you guys always say Real Housewives. I mean, I'm not a wife, I have a house, but like, I would love to do something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out one day, I guess. What advice do you have for girls in their 20s like me, in their mid-20s, sorry? I would just say have fun, focus on yourself, like anything that contributes to yourself. Be selfish, your health, your wealth, your just everything in general. I wouldn't really focus too much on dating seriously. I would date, like go on dates, have fun, just enjoy yourself, but also be mindful that you're like taking those steps and building it to basically like, don't just have so much fun that you're not getting anything done. So by the time you hit your 30s, like you can have a lot more fun and kind of hit the ground running a little more seriously and more focused. Like that foundation that you set in your 20s in general is going to help make your 30s a lot more easier. So just be so selfish and do everything that like helps you. That's all I can say. And you can be loving and have people that you love and be selfish at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, just make sure any decisions that you make is beneficial to you. If it's not, then I would reconsider. So I hope you enjoy your mid-20s. I just left mine and it was so much fun, and I'm loving 30s. I really do enjoy it. I'm really excited about it, but just make sure you have fun and enjoy yourself. The 20s are hard. I hear the 30s don't get much easier, but it is really hard being a girl in her 20s, and especially in her mid-20s when you feel like you should be further or you should have this or have that. And especially with social media, seeing people in so many different positions in life and at that age. So I would do what makes you happy. Don't let the internet distract you or make you think you should be somewhere you're not or should be doing something you're not doing. Just enjoy yourself and be happy. Try to. How am I mentally? I think I'm okay. I am okay. Like, I'm really, really happy, and I'm in the best place that I've ever been in my life. But honestly, like, I had a little bit of a trigger recently, and I can't say it's like the exact thing that triggered me, but I think it was like something from my past that made me so triggered about a situation. And I realized, oh girl, you got a lot more work to do. Like, there's still work to be done. And it's not that I didn't think there was any work to do. It just was, I never stopped going. I never had a chance to stop and do all the work that I need to do because I had a baby. There was no like, let me stop and take a break, or like, let me take a break off from being a mom, or take a break off from having a family and taking care of a home. So yeah, I realized recently that I have a lot more inner work to do, but I ordered a couple of books that are supposed to be self-help books, and it's just in the new year, I really want to like get those last kinks out, because one day I do want to be married and I want to be happy. And not to say I'm not happy because I'm not married, but I want to be happily married, and I don't want any triggers from my past to like get in the way of that, because I do have like my really toxic moments, but it comes from like past traumas. And yeah, I just want to work out those last little kinks. But the first step is knowing, and then half the problem solved. So I know I'm going to fix it, but I'm really, really happy, and I'm at peace. Like, I'm very peaceful. And if I'm not peaceful, I'll just remove myself from situations that are not. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I think I've more so been avoiding situations that trigger me, and I have to do a little more work than that. So that was some advice for you too. Can't go around it. You gotta go. Yeah, you can't go under it. You can't go around it. You gotta go through it. So more advice. I mean, I think that works for your 20s too. What are my goals for this year? Heal some more. I want to go back to school. Obviously, I'm going to be more consistent with you guys like I've been trying to be, and just social media in general. But in that meantime, I also want to go back to school for animal science, for livestock, which would make me like basically a vet for farm animals. It's always been my passion. I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do for the rest of my life to take care of animals. And I think it shows why I'm like I lack consistency here, is because it's great and I love it and I love talking to you guys. And I think I do it more because you guys love me and I appreciate it more, but it is not as fulfilling for me. Like, I'm one of those people, I really like to live in the moment. And I'm also so crazy that a lot of the moments I can't show, but I also don't want to have a camera in my hand because a lot of them are spontaneous and I miss it, and I'm not going to redo it for the sake of a camera catching it. So that's why it seems like I'm so inconsistent, when really it's just I'm not super passionate about it. I appreciate the platform and like everything is done for me. And I am going to continue to be consistent, more consistent than I've been. And I hope we get to a point where like we're back to 2 videos a week and just getting to talk about stuff. But I'm going to take baby steps. But that is my goal for this year: healing, going back to school, and just traveling a lot more. I do travel a lot, but I want to travel more. I want to start traveling with Six now that he's older. I was always kind of scared to like go out the country with him alone and stuff, because a woman and a baby boy, like, red flag. So yeah, that's what I want to do for this year. I'm excited for this year. I don't know, and my horoscope has been telling me really great things for this year. So fingers crossed that these astrologers, the hood healer said something, I will put it in here. I think she said something like, Virgos, this y'all year. And I'm like, yes. So that's what I want for this year. Somebody said a makeup tutorial, please. And I know that's just a statement, but y'all always ask me for makeup tutorials and then don't watch them. So I'll do one if y'all let me know in the comments if y'all really, really want one. I feel like my makeup is so simple all the time and so the same. I might switch up my eyeshadow at most, but like nothing else. So yeah, I'll give y'all a makeup tutorial if y'all actually watch it. I think y'all like hearing me yap more than anything because I'm a yapper. Now that I'm in Texas, are you thinking more kids? So no, not right now at this moment, because I don't have any prospects. And I genuinely, and we talked about this, somebody commented like there was a time where you'd say like marriage is not that important to me. But now that I have a broken family, it is more important to me to be married the next time I do it, and to be sure, like happily married, so I can do it right this time. Because because I don't want to have 2, 3 baby daddies. They're annoying. And two, because I was a kid of a broken family, and I missed a lot of my brothers, everything, and they missed a lot of my life. And even now, I feel like we've never recovered from that. I love them, but like we just don't know who. Like it's always this awkwardness when we get together. And I don't want to have to take kids. Like I used to hate having to leave my mom on Christmas or on Thanksgiving and split days apart. I just wanted to be with her and that family all the time. So I don't want my kids to feel the way me and Brooke felt as kids, like we were being dragged away. Because naturally, I think most kids gravitate towards their mom in cases like that. And I don't want any of them to feel like because my mom has 2, 3, 4 baby daddies, I have to go to this person's house and this person's house and this person. Because those kids, after a while, they do become like just distant family. And I don't want that to happen. So yeah, I'm not really focused on marriage. I would love to get married, but like I said, I still have a lot of healing to do and a lot of stuff to fix about myself. And so when it happens, I'll be so excited for it. Like, yes! And I'm going to make sure I vlog it like, y'all, I got married. Look at my ring. I'm so happy. But I want to do it right this time, like all the way right, all around the board. And I want Six to have an amazing stepdad. Like, that's another thing. Like, I'm going to be bringing him into another situation. So I'm going to take my time. But, like, I would love if I could marry a cowboy. Imagine me just on a ranch all day in cowgirl boots and a cowgirl hat and just playing with animals. And I'm going to go back to school. I could take care of our animals for us. Problem solved. Like, I'm going to save us so much money. But, yeah, I want to start dating. Like, that's my goal focus this year because I haven't been dating very seriously. I just kind of been like, whatever. I've been so tired of it. But this year I actually want to start going on dates again and trying, like taking the steps towards it and not just being like, oh, well, the dating pool sucks anyway, so I'm not going to try. I'm going to try. And I'm going to tell you how it goes. Like, I'll be like, come on, y'all, I'm going on a date. Then I'll tell you how it went after. You still talk to Taliban. Six does. I honestly try to keep our conversations very short. And yeah, Six just had a visit with him the other day. We do like computer visits. We don't really go to the place. But yeah, Six loves his daddy, and that's not going to change no matter what my feelings are. But yeah, I like to keep it really short because obviously, if you know anything about people in jail, they tend to like just, they're stressed about their situation and they sometimes take it out on the people around them. And I won't be dealing with that because I have enough problems. So Six talks to his daddy. He loves his daddy. And that's just my life. Do I think long distance relationships could work? I love you so much, by the way. I love you too. I used to be like a big person who advocated for long distance relationships. And I think it was for unhealthy reasons. Like, I think I kind of always felt like because we're long distance, like I could kind of keep you from getting too close to me. And it just was easier that way for me. Like I didn't have to actually put the work in because you're so far anyway. It's never going to work. But like we can pretend like it is. And I did it faithfully. I just don't think I wanted the because it's different for women, right? We can be faithful, and men being faithful in a long distance relationship is pretty rare. No, I'm not taking shots at men. I'm not a woman scorned, but it's just the fact of the matter, especially with the type of men that I deal with. And so I think it was somewhat of a like keeping people pushed away mechanism. So I would prefer not to be in a long distance relationship, especially because I'm a very clingy person. Like I'm very touchy. I'm very like, I want to be under you. So long distance doesn't really work for me. I want to be on a plane like every day. And that's not logical because my baby's in school. So I mean, they could. I think anything that you really put your heart and mind to could work. So I'm not going to tell you no to that. But you really, really have to put your heart and mind to it. And you both really have to be two very secure people. And I think that's where mine felt. Like, I'm a secure person. So you don't have to be up under me all the time. I'm fine. I'm not going to call you, blow your phone up. I'm going to check on you periodically. But I don't just assume anything's happening. But people don't really trust me sometimes, and I'm not sure why. I don't really do anything. It's crazy because I'm actually pretty good. Like, in relationships, I'm great. In general, I'm pretty good. When nothing seems to be going your way, how do you shake back? That's a really good question. So first thing I do is cry like a baby, because my little secret is that I'm very, very emotional and very dramatic. So I just have to let it out first. I have to be dramatic. I have to boohoo cry. I have to call Brooke and my mom and just have a crying spell. And then I'll get over it and I'll put my big girl pants on and just keep going. Like, I used to feel like a lot of things wouldn't go my way when I was young. Like, oh my gosh, so much stuff happens to me or has happened to me. But as I get older, I just feel like it's just not something I was supposed to have. Like, whether it's a career standpoint, dating, friendships, like, something not going your way is not always the worst thing in the world. And so if I try at it one more time and I'm still getting the same result, God doesn't want me to have that. It's not for me, and I'm being blocked for it for a reason. So you can try 3 times. You can have a 3-strike rule. I normally have a 3-strike rule for everything. If it doesn't work the 3rd time, I'm not meant to have it, and I don't want to force it. So that's how I deal with it. I cry first, and then I try to like assess it. It's like a test. Like, okay, I got this answer wrong this time. Let me go back and try it one more time. But if I keep getting it wrong, I just kidding. It's just, it might not be meant for you. And hold on, Brooke, I'm almost done. And God is probably protecting you from it. So don't take every loss or every rejection or everything as like, oh, woe is me. And I had to teach myself that. It's just, maybe you don't really want it anyway, or don't need it. So that was a good question. You go, Jalen Brooks. Last question. Somebody asked, do I miss Miami yet? Absolutely not. And this vacation that I just had reminded me, because I partied a lot in Miami. I know you guys didn't see most of it, but I was hungover probably like 60% of the time, maybe more. But no, I don't miss Miami. One, because I don't get to just think about myself when I'm living somewhere or when I choose to be somewhere. I also have to think about Six. It just wasn't a place. Like I said, I love that his friends are here now running around my house. I don't know if you can hear them, but I love that now he has a community of people. They go bike riding around the block, and there's like a group of them, so it's safe. And the parents, we come out and talk to each other and watch them. And then I also, besides that point, I had to be honest that Miami's too fast for me. I am not a person who is made for a fast life. These couple of days of vacation washed me up and spit me out. Vacation 170. So I had to be like, you got to be honest with yourself of where you can like really flourish in life. And that's why I love vacation, because vacation, I get to do whatever I want to do, have fun, not have a care in the world. And then I can come home and get serious. But Miami was a constant vacation. So there was never a point where I could like, I didn't have any self-control when it came to Miami. And that's okay. First step is admitting that you have a problem. And then the next step is fixing it. So I don't miss Miami, but I'm excited about my journey in Dallas. And I'm excited for the new year. And I hope you guys are excited for the new year too. Tell me what y'all did for New Year's in the comments, or just tell me what y'all goals are for the New Year's. I want to know what goes on in your life too, since y'all want to be all in my business all the time. But I love you guys, and Happy New Year again.